everyone, I wanted to do a video on how to recycle in your blue bin for the city of Ottawa. The city of Ottawa just collects from residential areas. If you were to go into an institution, something commercial, industrial, they actually don't pick up from there. This is why it's so important to know how your city recycles and where it applies. So for instance, maybe a hospital or university. University is a great example because I'm there all the time. So I realize that a lot of the things they collect are very different from what the city collects. So the city is just collecting from your home and their own facilities, for Ottawa that is. If you do go to my website, earthub.ca, I do have a list of cities across Ontario. And if you click on your specific city, you can see the app that you can download straight to your phone on how to recycle, what goes in what bin, and it brings you up to their website as well. So you can check those out if you'd like to. So for today, the blue bin in Ottawa. Just some basic items. Cans, aluminum cans can always be recycled. They can keep going. They have an endless life. So it's always better if you're getting pop or if you're getting canned food, I guess. It's always better to go with aluminum rather than plastic. I did ask my serving job if they would consider switching from plastic bottles for takeout to aluminum. However, a lot of companies have contracts in place, and that is what they provide. So it just depends on, I guess, who your supplier is, how long your contract's in place, but these are ideally things we should be switching over because, as you know by now, plastic is not going anywhere. Okay, so I do want to go over some items I do see in the blue bin that should not be there. Film plastics are especially one of them. I see this all the time. So film plastics are usually food packaging, such as this. Single-use plastic bags like this. Always bring your reusable bag everywhere. This isn't going anywhere. It really sucks. You can bring them back to grocery stores if you can, but the number one thing is just to reduce in the first place. Another thing I notice are coffee cups and coffee lids, disposable ones. So some people think that these go in the black bin, some people think they go in the blue bin. There's a wax liner on the inside of these disposable coffee cups in order to keep your beverage hot and not leak out of the paper cup itself, really. So basically, they can't go in either. They can't go in the black bin because they do have that wax lining. They can't go in the blue bin because not only do they have that wax lining, but they're also made of card. I also see a bunch of lids. I will admit, I used to be bad for this. I always threw these in the recycling bin. I just figured because of the symbol on here that I could do that. However, this kind of plastic, it's called polystyrene. It's actually at the end of its life cycle. So coffee lids, lids on bottle caps, what other kinds of plastics? CD cases, DVD cases, I want to say, cutlery, single-use cutlery. Please bring your own cutlery everywhere you go. I keep a stainless steel straw in my purse at all times. I always have cutlery in my purse hidden away or my backpack because I'm always on the go and I never know when I'm going to eat out or when I need something. I as well use a reusable travel mug. Replace that instead of using these. I do want to mention that everything I have here, it's not all mine. So just keep that in mind. Another thing that some people may think is recyclable is like household items such as ceramics, so broken plates, mugs. I have this water bottle here. It's a pretty thick plastic. This cannot go in the recycling bin, as well as children's toys. Those kind of things cannot go into your blue bin for the city of Ottawa to recycle. Another misconception I personally had were pumps on soap or conditioner and shampoo bottles. The reason I was wondering about these myself is because they have a spring in the middle. So I don't know who else is kind of thinking about those things, but I always wondered, you know, is this part actually being recycled? It is with the city of Ottawa. So basically, they melt down and crush all the plastic, and then there is a basically garbage container that these metal parts fall off and drop into. So those are going in the garbage, but the rest of it is being recycled. The University of Ottawa has a pop can collection. So I have all these collected. I just keep this in my house. I have roommates, so I think I've been collecting these for a really long time now. But this depends on basically the institution that's doing this. Whoever is picking up their recycling, compost, garbage, obviously gets some kind of revenue for this. So that's why they collect them. Plastic egg cartons. These can go in your blue bin. Aerosol cans. These go in your blue bin when they are empty. So we're looking at basic household items here. A container of mayo, ketchup, mustard as well. Just make sure you clean them out as much as you can. I mean, there's always going to be a little bit of food scraps perhaps on the container, like peanut butter, for instance. That's a hard one to clean out. But it is very helpful when you do clean it out. Glass jars, glass containers. These can go in the recycling as well. But why would you? I love these. I honestly go through my friends' recycling and garbage. I do have a project coming up where I am using this film plastic, so you can stay in tune for that project when it comes. These I collect. I have a friend who has a baby and she has a bunch of Gerbil's baby food. I always grab her glass containers because I use them. Go to zero waste grocery stores, and that's how I get my groceries, and this is how I store all of them. Yogurt containers, again, so with the film plastic, yogurt containers can go in your blue bin, but the top part, it cannot. That belongs in the garbage. Again, that is a film plastic. So I hope this was informative to you. So basically you're just looking at household items, laundry detergent, these containers, anything that basically your food comes in. Just make sure you know what your city is accepting, because like I said a million times, all cities are different, all institutions are different. I know that can be confusing, but if we all work together to recycle, it's just going to make the world a cleaner and better place. These plastics, they're sticking around for a long, long time. And the thing about plastics is they can only be used once or twice in the recycling cycle. So they break down and break down. These polymers get thinner and thinner and weaker every time you are recycling them. So it's best really if you avoid plastics in the first place. Like I mentioned, aluminum cans can continuously be recycled. Aluminum foil can also go in your blue bin. If you do need more information, I highly recommend you check out the City of Ottawa's website. They literally have a list there of what you can put in and what you can't put in. They also have a waste collector search tool, so you can see what's waste and what isn't. So I hope this was informative, and I will be doing another video on your black bin and compost. If you want to be eager, switch to a zero waste lifestyle like myself. Thanks, guys.